don't get driven by this fancy notion of getting into some university, some great university and some great course. But it's also important you connect yourself with that course. What am I going to do?
The person that we have, Abiram, he's going for his second master's degree. He's already completed one abroad. He's going for a second abroad. He's got a $30,000 scholarship from Cornell Tech. He's got a $55,000 scholarship from University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. And he's going for a dual degree program in MS in Health Informatics. So thank you so much for coming down, Abiram, and welcome to the session.
Hey, hi. It's my pleasure to join all of you.
Abiram, can you take us through your entire journey right from the day that you felt that you wanted to study abroad? So what was that day like?
With regard to my journey, as you rightly introduced, it's pretty different from others. First, I did my undergrad in mathematics, and after that, I gathered some work experience and also certification experience, which I got with data science. Post that, I was working in a company in Delhi. At that point, I realized that it was an insurance company. At that point, I realized healthcare and psychology, mental health should be my domain. I had this calling right from my younger days, right from my teenage days, to pursue something in mental health because there is a personal family-related experience that I have got, which I do not want to disclose here. Which is something that I have presented in my SOP, but I don't want to say it here. That actually triggered me to get into mental health and psychology. And that's when I pursued in the University of Nottingham, my MSc in psychology. That was in the year 2019. That was a one-year course. My intention is not to go to US and do a master's degree just for the sake of getting into US. That's not my goal. Basically, I have a vision for my life, what I want to do. And I was very specific about applying for these two courses. So the one I applied to this Cornell Tech course, which is a dual master's in information systems. That's precisely what I'm doing in my current job also. The second one which I applied for, it was the Health Informatics course in the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor.
What did that application process look like for you? Was it any different than the first time, or was it now a piece of cake that you got the basics, you know how it's done? So what was the difference between both the application process for you?
If you see the first master's which I did, at that point in 2019, I applied for 7 universities in the UK for this course, and I got into all 7 actually. With regard to application, UK is vastly different from the American application process. UK is not that detailed. They in fact asked me for something called as personal statement. There is a vast difference between statement of purpose and personal statement. Personal statement is just kind of like 1 or 1.5 page about yourself, the background. It's just going to factually describe what you have done and probably like 1 or 2 lines about why you are applying for this course. The UK is very, very simple and it is very straightforward. The US application, the Cornell application, though I have done my master's prior and I have done preparation for it, it seemed to me like I just did for the first time because it was very detailed. They asked like detailed explanation about why you want to do this, how you want to do this. The interesting thing is these universities give these prompts, okay, like 3 or 4 lines of what you need to address in the application.
But any other preparation that you did personally to make sure that you're getting that scholarship?
There were 2 important things that Cornell Tech looked for. So one is obviously the statement of purpose. The second one, they asked for a video essay. Okay, so they gave like 3 questions and the questions were presented live. So they said there's going to be one video essay. There was one link which was given and it was actually asked live. Of course, they gave me like kind of what you are presented with in the TOEFL exam, right? In the TOEFL, you will be given some questions and spontaneously you have to speak and respond. So it was like that, but they gave me I think a 7-minute or something preparation to organize your thoughts. Okay, In addition to this, obviously they look at your academic background, the journey of academic background, your GPAs and all that. There is also this WES evaluation of your transcript. So additional preparation is you have to put the money to get this done. So that is also something important.
Now that we're talking about the application process, where did Yocket come in the middle of your application process? Because I'm sure that whenever students are looking for Yocket, even me, when I was going through Yocket and I wanted a solution to this particular problem that I was facing, was there a particular problem that you were facing, and how did you come across Yocket, and what made you stick to Yocket to, help us or help you with your study abroad journey?
Actually, I knew about Yocket even when I was applying to UK. At that point, I applied to the universities by myself. I did not take any counseling agency like Yocket. To be frank and honest with all of you, I actually subscribed for the premium plan somewhere in February of last year. So through this premium plan, I got everything, but I personally feel I underutilized it. But with regard to the counseling, so where the Yocket Premium plan really helped me was in this churning process, I was asking a lot of questions to them because they are the people who know whether people go abroad at this point. What is the scenario like in this industry right now? What are the thoughts of students at the moment? Are there opportunities? Which country is the best and all of that? That's something which really helped me. And finally, of course, currently it's very helpful, the premium plan, because I get to know the list of processes that are involved in visa applications and all of that. I need something like ChatGPT, which gives us a list, right? So that is something very beneficial for me, having subscribed to the Yocket Premium plan.
What was the deciding factor that a tiebreaker was there between these two universities?
No, there was no tiebreaker because the clear winner is Cornell Tech. The reason why I prefer this course is because it's a blend of 3 different departments. Okay, so you get the feeling of doing 3 courses. One is in technology, obviously the computer science. The other department is health. Okay, so I'm not sure how many of you have background in health and public health. So public health is something which I'm very, very interested in, especially after my work experience in Banyan. Then comes the third department, which is the management. So this degree, interestingly, you're also able to pick and choose courses from management, what you do in MBA, right? So it's also kind of a effect that you get of doing an MBA. You don't need to exclusively do an MBA after this. So having done this course, you will be able to get the feeling of all of these 3 things together.
If you had to actually pinpoint one single massive piece of advice that you learned through your journey of applying to 2 different countries for 2 different masters that you would like to advise everybody here, what would it be?
Do extensive research. You need to, and also a lot of self-introspection. I think it's important, as you rightly said, don't get driven by this fancy notion of getting into some university, some great university and some great course. But it's also important you connect yourself with that course. What am I going to do? So I do a lot of visualizations. Where am I going to be? How am I going to be? And all of that. So self-introspection is very critical and you need to do a lot of research.
What all things does a university consider for giving out scholarships to applicants?
Your academic background, your GPAs, that's the first thing that they see. And then your work experience. They do value a lot of work experience. The projects that you are part of, even if it's a amateur, like small project or anything, it's still something that you can present because they will value that a lot. And obviously your statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is the first thing I'm telling you.
Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you so much, Abiram, for this lovely, lovely session. How was the session for you? I want to hear from you. Did you enjoy the session and how was this feeling for you?
Yeah, of course, it was a great session.
And after talking to all these students and understanding the various boulders in their journey, we created Yocket Premium. And before we part, studying abroad is not a rocket science. It is Yocket science. So select your preferred choice of plan and get started today.